you're in the correct lane.
So we finally made it on the cruise ship. I got my coffee, and yeah, we waited in line for almost 2 hours. Man, that was hellacious. Really hard on me, especially my parents. They don't move around real good. Not to mention my dad is real impatient. So yeah, my dad was pretty pissed off. I'm on the 7th deck right now. Apparently, if you want to go outside the ship, it's deck, I think, 7 and 10 or something. Anyway, this is the 7th deck, and it's pretty cool. We went to the cafe, the International Cafe on the 5th floor. My mom wanted to get some coffee, and wow, it's windy. We got a bowl of soup, and we got a couple of sandwiches, croissant sandwiches. They look real good. So I had originally we had paid for the stateroom all the way at the bottom. P236 was our original room, and so you know, Princess has this optional upgrade where you can bid a certain price, and I bid $80 for an obstructed window view, and I got it. So I was very happy about that, and I'll show you what it looks like here. And as you can tell from the picture, this is not an obstructed view. We can see all the way to the Golden Gate Bridge. It's a very nice view, and I'm so happy, and my dad's happy too, because he said, you know, that's $80 for, you know, a 7-day cruise, you know, to go from the outhouse. Basically, it feels like we're going from the outhouse to the penthouse. It's real nice. Hey, what's up, everybody? So today is May 6th, 2023, and I just wanted to say something about this cruise that we're on. I'm on the Ruby Princess. For the very first time, I'm cruising with a really big cruise ship. I have been on other cruises, but they were smaller cruises. They were like 300 people, no swimming pools. This one has at least 2 or 3 swimming pools, I think. So let's talk about this cruise ship. Now, you can do searches on YouTube for either Princess or the Ruby Princess, and there are plenty of videos that you can see that will take you tours on the ship and everything. But what I wanted to focus on was something that nobody else is going to talk about, and that's the actual room. And I understand why they don't talk about the room. It's because obviously, you know, not everybody's going to have the same room. You know, there's some people have the balconies, some people have the staterooms below. And so everybody's room is going to be a little bit different, but I'm going to talk about it anyways, because I think it's worth talking about. Yeah, where to start? So I've been watching a lot of videos from Life Well Cruised, and you know, Ilana talks about, you know, her packing list, and I wanted some things. I just wanted to talk about, you know, what to bring. So one of the things she liked to talk about was these little hooks. And, you know, have I found them to be useful? Not really. I mean, you know, she keeps saying, oh, these are so handy because you can hang things off. What am I going to hang? I mean, I put my iPhone on, I mean, on the hooks, you know, maybe every once in a while just to watch videos. But outside of that, do I really need these hooks right now? Not really. I'd say that's an optional thing. Definitely would not call that a must-have. An alarm clock, yes. I would definitely recommend getting an alarm clock. There is no alarm clock in here. A night light, you know, I'm going to show you a little video here, a little blurb about, you know, how the night light here, it kind of lights up at night. Also, you've got these lights here, which kind of stay on. And I don't know if there's a way to turn those off or not. But yeah, I mean, you don't really need to bring a night. I brought a night light. I didn't need to bring it. If I had to do this over again, I wouldn't bring the night light. The fan, I brought a fan. It's a little portable thing. Optional. Now, the multi-outlet thing, definitely recommend that, and I'll explain why. So this is my outlet, and as you can see, there's two plugs here, but they're really close to each other. And you know, you look at my plugs and they're freaking huge. And if you put one of these plugs into there, it's gonna block the other plug. There's no way around it. Oh, that's how you turn off this. I would definitely recommend, you know, getting this Cruise approved multi-outlet, because that is really definitely, I mean, basically you're turning one into two. Now there is another outlet here in the bathroom, this one, but you know, it's got a little button here that kind of resists, and some of my plugs didn't work well in here. Like my charger, my shaver, I tried to charge it and it didn't work because this button kept pushing the charger back out. Now when I put my iPhone charger in here, it did hold, so that was strong enough. So that's kind of a little bit iffy. So yeah, definitely recommend that charger. I mean, basically that's a total of 3 outlets. Since I'm in the bathroom here, the shower works pretty good. The water's plenty hot. I'm not worried about it. The toilet is a bit loud when it flushes. It's like when you flush it, it's, well, I guess I can just, here, there's like a lot of air suction that you can hear. You know, Ilana recommended you bring hangers. I did bring 3 hangers. These are mine. This one's mine, but I mean, we got plenty of hangers. So I wouldn't say, if I could do it over again, I wouldn't bring any hangers. But I mean, your mileage may vary. We did get a safe, and it wasn't that hard to figure out. So that was good. We did get a refrigerator. My dad brought an insane amount of wine and beverages, and I don't know why, but I'm going to show you the refrigerator. So that's that. Sorry about the crappy angle. And so we had a couple of bottles of wine, and I believe my dad brought about 18, you know, bottles of package of sodas, 18 sodas. Yeah, they let us have it. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised. We have quite a few snacks here. I mean, I grabbed this from the International Cafe. They have fruits. A lot of times I'd go down there and I'd grab a couple of sandwiches and bring it back to the room, and I'd keep it here just, you know, for noshing on if you get hungry in the middle of the night or whatever. So speaking of food, that brings me to my next area. That's going to be, I'm going to show you how it is to order room service, since I don't think there's any videos on YouTube about the Ruby Princess on how the actual dining for room service works. So this is it. This is Princess Patter, by the way. And one cool thing about this, you can actually see the location. So we're almost back to San Francisco. And we're gonna go to dining. And then it's the food drink service. Now there are other menus like Dine My Way, restaurant menus, handcrafted with love, but those are just kind of like overview videos. They're not actually for ordering. So this is, if you want to order food, this is the one. So I'm going to be ordering under me. That's me. And so you would go to order now, and you got beverages. I'll show you the beverages. And it's basically a lot of alcohol. It's basically all alcohol. And I don't drink alcohol, and I know there's a lot of people that do. So good for you. I'm going to go back. They've got coffee, tea, Americano, lattes, espressos, etc., all the teas, and the food. So yeah, French fries, fruit cup. Now here's the interesting thing for me. So these, you can order these pizzas from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. and I got the vegetarian pizza yesterday, and it's complimentary. You can tell because it says complimentary. And you can get chili flakes, oregano, Parmesan cheese, and you just go to order now if you want to order it now, and it'll be sent to your room, and it's complimentary, which is nice. But this cheap pizza is more like a small pizza. All these portions are really small. The pepperoni pizza is very good. Now let's say you want to get something else, say this Mediterranean style lobster cake. Well, that's $10, and it'll tell you right ahead of time it's $10. So it'll just charge it to your room. If you have credit, obviously it'll just take from the credit. So I got $100 worth of onboard credit for this before the cruise started, and I wound up using it to pay for my internet package, which was $110. And the internet speed. This is one thing the other videos don't tell you about. They tell you about the internet, but they don't tell you about the speed. Now the internet speed is not good. It's like 3G basically. And if you remember what it was like back in 2007 when everybody was using 3G, it's pretty slow. And Google Maps didn't work, or at least it took forever to load. Yeah, it just didn't work well. You can make calls, voice calls. I was able to make calls to my friend back in San Francisco. It's spotty. I'd say 15% of the time you kind of drop the signal and the words are kind of unintelligible. But if you had to make a call, you could do it. So that was the good thing. And it's nice to be able to talk with friends and family. But just keep that in mind. You know, a lot of videos talk about the high-speed internet package. And I would imagine, you know, if the regular internet is this crappy, I mean, I can only assume that the high-speed internet probably isn't that much better. There is a temperature gauge in here. It's very comfortable right now. So it's pretty easy to set. Other videos on YouTube will make a big deal about decorating the door. So this is what I did. Now I'm going to show you some other videos right here as I'm walking down the hallway. Nobody has their door decorated. I don't know, maybe it's just this cruise. Maybe it's because we're out of San Francisco and most of these people here on this cruise are Asian. In fact, it feels like 80% Chinese sometimes, just to be honest with you. Anyways, sorry, I had to go to dinner. So, on the subject of Botticelli, so my very first meal at the Botticelli was the seared cod. And let me tell you something. Wow, talk about a plate of high blood pressure. Yeah, there was so much salt on that piece of fish. My heart started palpitating right after I ate it. And so that gave me pause to go back there. And then I think the second night I went back to Botticelli. I forget what I ordered, but again, it was really salty. And at that point, I'm just like, you know, I don't think I like this dining room. You know, everything was either really salty or really sweet. So turns out the buffet on the 15th level, I forget what you call it, the garden something. But you know, you basically, here's some video footage of it. You basically get to pick your own. My favorites were the ragu pasta with meat sauce. That was really good. You know, during the breakfast time, they have different egg dishes, and they have the fruits. They have pineapple juice, tomato juice, apple juice. And then during the lunch hour, they have lemonade. And one of my favorite drinks is actually Arnold Palmer. And I was able to make iced tea with the lemonade and put it together and make my Arnold Palmer. So that made me very happy.